Hi everyone, it's Expresso Mechanic here with a little logic problem that you've probably seen in films and things like that because it's been featured a number of times. So what we've got a road and we come to a fork in the road. Now one path will lead us to safety, the other to danger. We've also got two men. We've got man A, man B. Now we don't know which path is a safe path, and one of these men, if we have a look at our text, one of these men only tells the truth and the other only tells lies. So in order to find out which path is the path to safety, we must ask each man what the other will tell us and then do the direct opposite. And we can set this up in Expresso quite simply actually. Let's have a look at how we do that. Our first port of call is to decide which path is going to be the safe path. And we can do this with a constant node. If we just bring one of those in, it's set up perfectly. We've got a value of 0 at first, and we're going to have a value of 0 or 1. So for left and right, 0 or 1. We're going to bring a remark in now just to make this a little bit more legible so that we can remember what we're doing. Just make that green so that we can distinguish it from the other nodes. And in here, I'm going to simply say that 0 is equal to left is safe, and 1 will be right is safe. So that gives us both. They're both true, aren't they? So that's the point. So if 0 is left is safe and 1 is right is safe, so they're both true. We can next describe our two men, and to describe our first man, we're going to use a compare because that's perfect for doing the job, because this man only tells the truth. So we can just say that this is man A. Okay, and in our compare, we're just going to change the title to truth. So if I plug this into here, it will be fine because our constant current is currently 0. So we've got 0 in there, and our compare, or our truth, is asking, is the function is equal to, which is fine, and we're asking if the input is equal to 0, and of course it is, which will give us a number 1 at the output, because of course the output is true, and we normally talk about this being true or false, but on this occasion actually whatever comes out of here will be the truth, because 0 is safe or 1 is safe, so they're both true statements. So it doesn't matter whether we get a 0 or 1 here, both statements are true, and you very rarely get a situation where that's the case with a compare node, but on this occasion it absolutely is. So that's man A described, our truthful man. So how do we describe this other bloke? He's a complete liar, he never tells the truth. Well, what we're going to do is get a not. So whatever comes in at the input here, we're going to get a 0 in. A not always changes the output to the opposite of the input. So if it's true that left is safe, he's going to tell you, no, it isn't true. He's going to give you a lie at the output here. So if we just copy this down to here and plumb that in, we can see that that's the case. And it's absolutely true. So we're getting a 0 here. So he's saying, no, it's a 1. So he's absolutely telling a lie. And that's important because both men then give us the same answer, and that's what they will do regardless of what's in here. So if we change that to a 1, both men are telling us that it's the opposite, which is fine. We said that we were going to get the answers from both of them and then do the complete opposite. So if the men tell us it's a 0, then we'll use the right path. If they tell us it's a 1, we'll use the left path. So the next thing we need to do then, we're just going to call this man B so that we know where we are. And we'll change the title of that to lies. Okay. And if I could type, that's better. Okay, that's good. So we've got our two men. We then need to get both of their answers and do the opposite. And that's very easy. You can do that with one node. We could use two, but one is fine. Just get a bool. Now, if we were going to use two nodes, we'd use this bool because it's set up as an AND, so we want both answers to be the same. So this is saying if both answers are the same, if we just get this over here, so that's fine. So we're getting both answers as being the same, and we're getting the same answer at the output. Now we don't want that. We want to do the opposite. So what we're going to do is change our AND into a not AND or NAND, and instantly we do the opposite. So we get 2 zeros there, and we do the complete opposite. And that's great. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We've got that set to -1 actually. We should have it set to 0. That's fine. So that's fine. I'm going to say that when I saw that working, I was thinking that's wrong because we should really get a 1 at the output if that was an AND. Because if they're both the same, then the output is true. So we should just test that. Yeah. So if they both give us the same at the input, then the output is true. With a not AND, the output's going to be false. So we're going to do the direct opposite, and that's the point that we're trying to make here. That's just to be clear. So that's great. I mean, technically, that's as much as we need to do to actually solve the problem. We say if left is the safe way. We ask the two men, you know, is the left one the safe way? One tells us that the opposite is, well, that this man's going to tell you it's the right. He's going to say, yeah, he's going to tell you it's the right, which is, you know, one is right. So that's the case there. And then we basically get both those answers and we do the direct opposite. So if they both say it's right, we go left. If they both say that it's, if they both say that it's right, we go left. If they both say that it's left, we go right. Exactly. So they're both saying it's left, and now we go right. So that's how this works. So the bool is us, just for the sake of clarity. And what we're doing as we've said, we get both answers and do the opposite. Okay, so that is that. That's great. So to turn this into a graphics project, what we're going to do, we're going to put a halo, we're going to make a halo magically appear over this man's head, and we're going to put some text on these. They're either going to be safety or danger, and red or green, depending on which one is the safe path and which is the dangerous path. And to do that, we're just going to use some condition nodes and another not, actually, because one needs to be the opposite of the other, so we're going to need another not. So I'll put that in now. That's going to need to be up here. Put that up there and plumb that into there. That's fine. So what I'm going to do first, I've got my 2 arrows, so I've got my left arrow here. I'll grab the text for that left arrow, just put that down there. So we'll change this to a string so that we can do some text. In the first one, I'm going to put danger up here in input number 2, and safety in number 3 there. Just put my not there to switch those over. And this will be object properties text. So that allows us to switch our text. And there we go. We've got some text already there at the moment. We're saying danger. We've got it in the wrong color, but that's okay. It's because I've been playing around with this and I haven't got my color set up properly yet. So the next port of call for me is to copy this down here. Again, plumb the not in. And I'm going to make this one of the colors. So up here, select color. Red at the top, green at the bottom. Okay, and then I need, with my left arrow, I just need this extrusion here. It just says this way, that's fine. Drag that one into there. Basic properties color, and plumb this in here. And there we go, we've got danger in red, which is exactly what we should get. All I need to do next going to make this window a little bit bigger. Copy these two down here. Take the output from here into the switch for both of them. Oops, just need that one over there. That's it. Okay, and then with my right arrow, bring my text down into here. Plumb this one in to text, and straight away it lights up. And then bring in this way from, or the extrusion with this way on there. Plumb that into color, and straight away we get it, and you can see that we've got what we want. So we now have the ability, if we wish to change the question to, or the truth perhaps I should say, to 0, and now they swap over, and you can see both men were telling us that it was the right path. They've both given us a number 1 as the answer. We said that right was the number 1. On this occasion, we're going to do the opposite and take the left path, which is what we're doing here. So left is safety. We go back to the constant and we change it to the right. We ask the two men, they tell us the left path is the safe path. We choose to do the opposite. We go to the right and we go to the safe path on the right. And that's how that works. We'll take it a little bit further. Let's just move this out of the way. Get away. I know there's no internet. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do, get a couple more condition nodes. What do I need? Yes, I do. I need just one of those. I just need a text. Yeah, it's just one text. That'll be fine. Yeah, that'll do. And copy it down there. So I've got a couple of those, a couple more nodes. And I'm also going to put some up here. I've created some user data, so I've got it there. That's great. So that's all ready to go. So I just need to bring the Expresso into here. Go down to the user data. Put that there. And I'm going to use this to switch these two nodes. They're text nodes, so I need this one plugged into the second input on there. Same with this one. Just plug that into the second input on there. And then all I'm going to do is plug the output into there and the output into there. And that should work fine. So now with the Expresso, if I go into here, I've got it there at the moment. If I do that, what have I got? Am I actually doing this the correct way? I think what I need to do actually is plumb that into there and that into there. Or do I? No, maybe I don't. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? So have a look at this again. Let's just go into there. That's strange. I would have thought that would have switched them off. It should do. Oh, wait a minute. What have I got here? Yeah, I've got string in there. I've got string in there. Oh, I see. I've got something in here which I don't need. I need that taken away. That's better. And in there, yeah, okay, I see what I did. I just need that taken away. That's fine. So as long if they've got no, that's the point. I mean, these need to be switched to here, and then this is nothing here. So when they're being used in there now, it should be fine. So switch that back. Yes, that's it. So 0 is off, 1 is on. That's fine. It's all working good. I'm going to say that should work. That's fine. That's doing really well there. And the final thing that I'm going to do is add a halo above the truth sayer's head, just for the fun of doing it. Let's just put that in. So if I bring the halo in and I switch to basic properties and I say visible in editor, all I need to do is get another knot, drop that in there, put that into or plumb the Expresso into there and plumb it into visible, and there you go, he's got a halo now. So that's great. It's just a bit of fun just doing that. That was just something for a little bit of effect there, just to make it that little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun. So that's great. So when everything's switched on, it turns him into the saint, you see. Just a bit of a visual joke there, I suppose, just for a bit of fun. Okay, so that's really nice. So just to go over it, let's just have a look at the whole expression here. We started off with a constant. We said that either left or right was going to be, well, left and right were going to be the true answers. So left was going to be 0 and 1 would be right. We then created our two men. We used a compare node for the man who always tells the truth. The man who always tells lies is a not. We then got both answers using a NAND gate, or not AND gate. We got both answers and did the direct opposite of the output. And then we basically plumbed into our compare nodes, and we used another not here so that this one would be the direct opposite to the bottom one, so that the two arrows would be the opposite of each other, no matter what came into them. And then we put some text, danger and safety, and some colours, red and green, to colour the text and change the actual wording of the text depending on what came in from the nodes here, in order so that it would work properly, so that we'd always get the correct path to safety and the correct path to danger. And then following on from there, I just created an extra bit of it so that I could switch things on and off using the Expresso up here, so that if I wanted to, I could just switch the whole lot off and give the truth sayer a halo above his head. And that's essentially all there is to it. So quite a simple expression, really. But quite a fun way to actually solve that problem. And as I say, it's only this sort of first half of it is all you really need if you ever needed to solve a similar problem to that. You don't necessarily need all of this bits. That's just for this particular project. But this is the most important part over here. So if you ever come across a situation where you actually need to solve this particular problem, you've got it. You can do it using these simple, there's just a handful of simple nodes really, and you've got it. So there you go. That's the end of this particular project. I hope you've enjoyed it, found it a bit of fun maybe, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future at some point. So feel free to give this one a love heart if you liked it enough, and if you would like to follow my work, then please do. I suppose everybody says that on YouTube. I might as well say it on one of these videos. I've never said that before, but such is life, I suppose. But anyway, I'll see you on the next tutorial, hopefully in the near future. See you later. Bye now.